Welcome back to the Connect the Dots podcast, where nothing is a coincidence and everything is a signal. I'm Alex Tinfoil. Tonight, the two elections they don't want you to compare.
I'm the co-host who reads. Tonight, we're comparing two presidential elections, 2000 and 2016. And here's the hook that's actually true. In both of them, the person who got the most votes still lost.
Lost. Or was removed.
Won the popular vote, lost the Electoral College. Let's do it right.
The year 2000. Hanging Chads. Obviously a distraction from Y2K, which was also a distraction.
In 2000, the primaries gave us Governor George W. Bush, who beat John McCain for the Republican spot, and Vice President Al Gore, who beat Bill Bradley for the Democratic one. So the ticket was Bush and Dick Cheney versus Gore and Joe Lieberman. The big arguments were what to do with the budget surplus. Bush wanted tax cuts. Gore wanted to protect Social Security, plus Medicare, prescription drugs, and education.
Ralph Nader, Green Party. More like Green Screen Party.
The notable third party was Ralph Nader on the Green Party ticket, who pulled enough votes in Florida to matter, and Pat Buchanan, whose name on Palm Beach's confusing butterfly ballot threw a wrench in the voting gears. Here's how it ended, or really how it didn't end that night. Gore won the national popular vote by about 500,000, but the whole thing came down to Florida, and the margin there was razor thin. So thin that it dragged on for 36 days. They had to recount ballots by hand, squinting at hanging chads to guess what each voter meant. There was even a butterfly ballot in Palm Beach County laid out so confusingly that thousands of people who meant to vote for Gore punched Pat Buchanan by mistake. It finally ended on December 12th, when the Supreme Court stopped the recount in Bush versus Gore. Bush took Florida by 537 votes, and with it, the Electoral College, 271 to 266. It was the first time since 1888 that the popular vote winner lost the presidency.
36 days. That's not an election. That's a hostage situation. Fast forward 16 years. Same glitch in the Matrix. I called it. It's on the board.
In 2016, Donald Trump won the Republican nomination out of 17 candidates, and Hillary Clinton beat Bernie Sanders for the Democrats. So the ticket was Trump and Mike Pence versus Clinton and Tim Kaine. And Clinton was notably the first woman to top a major party ticket. The issues were immigration, trade, and populism. Drain the swamp. Plus Clinton's emails. There were three notable third parties: Gary Johnson for the Libertarians, Jill Stein for the Greens, and Evan McMullin as the Independent. The end result was very similar to 2000. Clinton won the popular vote by about 2.9 million, but Trump won the Electoral College, 304 to 227.
Two elections, same rigged outcome. Explain that, history boy.
The Chads were a psyop!
They were not a psyop. They were just bad 1960s punch card machines. And that's actually the connection. These elections are 16 years apart. Both had the popular vote winner lose. This was the first time that it happened since 1888, and then it happened twice in a generation. In between, the Republican Party shifted from Bush's conservative free trade stance to Trump's America First populism. The number of states didn't change, as there were 50 both times, but the voting rules did change. The mess in Florida in 2000 led directly to the Help America Vote Act of 2002, which retired those punch card machines and set new standards. So 2000 literally rewrote how 2016 was run. So why does this keep happening? It's how the Electoral College is built. Almost every state hands all of its electoral votes to whomever wins that state. So you can win a few big states by a landslide and pile up millions of extra popular votes that don't buy you a single extra electoral vote. In both elections, one candidate ran up giant margins in state like California, New York, while the other won just enough of the close swing states. In 2000, it was Florida, whereas in 2016, it was Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. Same math, 16 years apart. And to see how concentrated that is, Los Angeles County alone has about as many people as the 1,100 least populated counties in the country put together. That's the real trade-off of the Electoral College is built around. Do you pick the president by raw headcount, packed into a few dense metros, or by winning across a lot of different states and regions? Reasonable arguments land on both sides.
So it is rigged by math.
It's not rigged, Alex. It's the rules. Public and written down. You could have read them.
Wait, my insane wall is just correct?
This one time, Alex. Yeah. What comparing these two elections taught me is that the Electoral College, not the national vote total, is what actually picks the president, and that our election rules get adjusted by the messes that came before. Twice in 16 years, the candidate whom more Americans voted for still didn't win. Whether you think that's a flaw or a feature, it's not an accident or a conspiracy. It is simply the system working exactly the way it's designed. And we're still arguing about that design today, which is probably the most American thing about the whole story. 2 votes, 16 years apart, both settled the same way.
That's connect the dots. Trust no one, especially the electors.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by 270 to Win, the National Constitution Center, and Bush vs. Gore, Volume 531, U.S., page 98.